Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a Whole30 meal prep video for you guys. I'm super excited to share my new way of meal prepping. So if you are more into the traditional style of meal prepping, which is essentially cooking up some meals and prepping it out in a meal prep container, I have an entire video on my Whole30 meal prepping, which is like the traditional way of doing it. But I kind of changed my ways a little bit. This works better for me, and I really have been enjoying it. I've been doing it for the last few months now, and I am in love with it. So essentially what I do is I meal prep out key ingredients. I don't meal prep out meals, more so key ingredients, so that I can just pull the ingredients out and I can whip up a meal in like 5 to 10 minutes. It makes things super simple, super easy. And what I love about this way is you can make so many different variations of meals. I will definitely be sharing a few with you guys in this video of like what you can do with each key ingredient. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button. Join the family here on my channel. I'd love to have you. We're gonna get right into this Whole30 meal prep video. And I did want to say that I'm on my last week of the Whole30. I'm feeling incredible. When I get to the last day, which will be October 31st, I'm planning to film a video for you guys sharing my thoughts, opinions, results on the Whole30. So definitely make sure you're on the lookout for that video. And let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to be making are some apple cinnamon muffins. They are seriously super delicious. So here's everything you're going to need for the muffins. I just have some baking soda, some salt, some cinnamon, of course, 2 eggs, some dates to sweeten up the muffins, some coconut oil, unsweetened applesauce, some almond flour, apple, you want a spotty banana, and then I'm going to be adding some chia seeds for some extra fiber. Super simple to make, so let's get these cooked up. So I have shared these apple cinnamon muffins on my channel before. They are seriously so delicious, you guys. I actually got the recipe off Pinterest and I have modified it quite a bit, so I will leave the exact recipe down in the description box. We seriously love having these muffins. They're so good for like a quick and easy breakfast. I also like to have them sometimes for dessert. They are just so good, you guys. And I've actually made this exact recipe with like blueberry muffins. So instead of adding like the cinnamon and the apples, you can just mix in some blueberries. So there's so many different ways to do it, and you guys will really like this recipe. So once you have your batter all blended up, you want to go ahead and add your freshly chopped apples. I love putting the apple chunks in there. It gives the muffins such a good crunch and flavor, so make sure you don't blend those. And I usually get about 11 muffins out of this recipe because I fill them up pretty high. And here is how the muffins looked fresh out of the oven. They have a really good texture to them. They are very flavorful and super delicious. And I had to share with you guys how these looked in the inside, because a lot of times when you bake with almond flour, you don't get this good muffin consistency. So now we're going to go ahead and get started on our cauliflower hummus. As you guys know, on the Whole30, you can't have any beans, and hummus is like seriously my favorite. So we're going to be making cauliflower hummus. You just massage it with some olive oil. You're going to roast it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. So while our cauliflower is roasting in the oven, we're going to be multitasking so that way our meal prep can get done super fast. I am chopping up some cucumbers, and I'm also going to be chopping up some red pepper, and this is what we're going to be dipping our hummus in. This is also good plain, or you can dip it in some Whole30 approved ranch. It's always great to have your vegetables chopped up in the fridge for quick and easy snacks. So here is everything you're going to need to make this cauliflower hummus. So we have our roasted cauliflower over here. I let it cool down a bit. We have some water, a garlic clove, some lemon, olive oil, some tahini. We also have some ground cumin. We also have ground coriander, some sea salt, and black pepper. So we're going to get all of this inside of my high-speed blender, and we'll be ready to make the cauliflower hummus. So to make this hummus, you're just going to toss all the ingredients in a high-speed blender. So I have that roasted cauliflower in the blender, some water, some fresh garlic, some olive oil, and then of course you're going to add some tahini. What is hummus without tahini? And then you want to add some cumin, some sea salt, some black pepper. You're also going to be adding some coriander, and then you're going to be adding the juice of some lemons. And then you're just going to blend this up, and you are going to have some delicious cauliflower hummus that is Whole30 approved. So here's how the cauliflower hummus looks straight out of the blender. You guys seriously would not know the difference between hummus using chickpeas and hummus using cauliflower. The cauliflower hummus is seriously so good, so flavorful. What I love about this recipe is you can make it thicker and just add a little bit less water if that's what you're into. I am just drizzling my hummus with some olive oil and some parsley, and then I'm putting some pumpkin seeds on top, just being a little bit extra. And then you just want to store it in the fridge to cool it off, and this will pair so well with those chopped up veggies. So I wanted to share with you guys how good this snack really is on the Whole30. Having those chopped up peppers, chopped up cucumbers is going to make sure that when you're craving a snack, you're going to go for something healthy. I seriously love keeping this in the fridge, and if you need to take it to work, you can definitely transfer these items to smaller containers so they fit in your lunchbox, but it's such a healthy and easy snack. So next up, I'm going to be baking some sweet potatoes and potatoes. I seriously love having sweet potatoes and potatoes prepped out. It makes it really easy during the week when you need a quick and easy dinner. Potatoes take so long in the oven to cook, like 40-45 minutes to cook, so that's one less thing you have to do during the week. So I like to roast one side of sweet potatoes, one side of baked potatoes, and I season them a little bit differently, which is why I don't let them touch. It's okay if some of them touch, but pretty much I use salt and pepper for the sweet potatoes and also garlic. And then the only thing I do different between the two is on the sweet potatoes, I use paprika. And then on just the regular potatoes, I use fry seasoning. That's really the only main difference. So if they happen to touch, that's completely fine. I just massage them really well so they're well coated with all of that delicious seasoning. And then I'm gonna bake it at 400 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. So while those potatoes are baking in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our fruit bowl. I think it's so important to have a fruit bowl prepped out in your fridge, whether you're on the Whole30 or not. I often get sweet cravings, so this is such a good alternative. Instead of having like ice cream, you can have a bowl of fruit. My favorite combination is grapes, strawberries, and mangoes, but you can do any combination that you like, and I just keep this in the fridge. It's really good to pair with breakfast, dessert, or even with your lunches. So those potatoes are still baking in the oven, and we're gonna keep ourselves busy. I'm gonna go ahead and prep out the vegetables for this week. So I usually decide on 2 vegetables, and I decided on zucchini and Brussels sprouts this week. So I went ahead and just washed everything, and I'm chopping it up. I'm not gonna cook the vegetables because personally, there's nothing like some freshly cooked vegetables, but if that fits your lifestyle a little bit better to have the vegetables already cooked, you can definitely do that. But for me, having them washed and chopped up makes things so much easier for me. So while we're at it, I'm just chopping up an onion. I already had another onion chopped up in the fridge, so I'm just chopping up one more so that way I can add it to recipes, and it makes things super simple. Now our potatoes are done. We were able to get all of that done while the potatoes were baking. They're good, and I'm gonna transfer them to an airtight container so that I can just heat them up with recipes throughout the week. Okay guys, so we are getting to the final stretch of our meal prepping. I'm gonna put some olive oil in a pan, and I'm gonna be sauteing some onions. I'm gonna go ahead and prep out a meat for the week. So I am doing 1.5 pounds of some organic ground turkey. You could do chicken, you can do beef, whatever meat that you wanna have for the week. Now, I don't prep out all of my meats because meat to me, I personally only keep it in the fridge for 3 days. So this 1.5 pounds of ground turkey will last us for the next 3 days. And then after the 3 days is up, I can definitely make some more meat. But you can also just meal prep out all of the meat and freeze it. That's another option. So I'm just transferring it to this airtight container so it can be stored in the fridge, and I can add it to different recipes. And like I said, it does last me 3 days. And when the 3 days is up, I can definitely cook another meat. I'm also gonna be prepping out some cauliflower rice. So I just put some avocado oil at the bottom of a pan, and I cook it up for about 10 minutes and just season it with some fresh garlic, salt, pepper. It's super simple to make, so easy, and you can add it to so many different recipes. All right, so we have everything meal prepped out. I wanted to share with you guys how it looks in the container, how it's stored in the fridge. So starting over here, we have our potatoes. I just have some regular potatoes and some sweet potatoes right here that I can add to a lot of recipes. We have some cucumber and some peppers that I plan to dip into my cauliflower hummus. We have some raw Brussels sprouts that I can cook many different ways. I can roast it, I can saute it. We also have some chopped up zucchini that I could either add to like a salad or roast it, bake it, however I want to cook it. And then we have my cauliflower rice, which is a really good base for a lot of like bowls I can make. I like making like vegetable bowls, sometimes adding like a little bit of ground turkey on it. So I season this ground turkey very basic in case I want to have like a taco, a lettuce wrap. If I just want to add this to a protein to like one of my vegetable bowls, that'll be really good as well. And then I chopped up some onion because who has time to chop up onion during the week? And then we have this large fruit bowl that I plan on eating off of for the rest of the week. It has all my favorite fruits in it, so it's going to be super delicious. So here is a look at everything again. So now that I have everything meal prepped out, I thought I would share with you guys how you can make a meal using all of these ingredients. So I needed dinner tonight anyway, so I figured I would just fill myself making a meal. So I just put some avocado oil at the bottom of a pan. You can definitely put olive oil as well. And I'm gonna saute up some of these already washed and chopped up Brussels sprouts. Literally takes 5 minutes to saute them. That's why I don't really see the need to cooking them ahead of time. I'm also adding some of those chopped onions that we prepped out, and I also added a few handfuls of that zucchini, just sauteing everything up for about 5 minutes. And now I'm taking some of those cooked up potatoes, adding it to this mixture. What I love about this recipe is some days you can do potatoes, or some days you can do sweet potatoes, or you can even do a combination of both. And at this point, everything's already cooked, so you're just heating things up, which makes it so easy. Literally, this dinner was done in 10 minutes, you guys. It was super fast, and it was very delicious. I did want to say that this meal I'm making tonight was about 5 servings, so we were able to have it for dinner, then we were able to have it for lunch the next day, and then we had 1 leftover serving. So you can see I'm using a lot of the ingredients, but it is 5 servings, so we got quite a bit out of this recipe. So now that everything's heated up, I'm gonna go ahead and season everything. So I am just seasoning up with some salt, some garlic powder, some pepper. You can really use any seasoning you want. And what really makes this recipe is using coconut aminos, you guys. Adding that coconut aminos makes this so flavorful. It feels like it's like a teriyaki bowl. I can't describe it. But don't skip out on that coconut aminos. It is seriously delicious. Just saute everything up and dinner is done, you guys. 10 minutes, it's done. So I'm using some of that cauliflower rice to put at the bottom of the bowl. Like I said, is this a vegetable bowl, a nourish bowl, a Buddha bowl? I don't even know what to call this. All I know is it's delicious. So I just put a little bit of that cauliflower rice and then add that vegetable mixture on top. This meal is seriously so filling, you guys, because you have those potatoes in there, you have the meat in there, and you have tons of vegetables, which makes it such a filling meal. One thing I did not share with you guys that I wanted to share is I took some of that cauliflower hummus, put in a little tiny container, added some water to kind of thin it out a little bit, and I drizzled it on top of the bowl. You guys, it was incredible. I wish I would have got a scene of that, but definitely such a delicious recipe. Okay guys, that completes today's Whole30 meal prep video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you found it helpful. I hope I inspired you to get your meals prepped out. What I love about this meal prepping method is each week I can change it up. I can switch out the protein, switch out the vegetables, and it's just one of those things I never get tired of. So I hope you guys love it just as much as I do. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it with a friend that can benefit from it. And I will be seeing you guys right here in a few days with a brand new video. Bye!